Hey guys, so when you are watching this video, the solar eclipse has already taken place. I thought what I would do this morning is get ready the morning of the day of the solar eclipse. So right now it is Monday, April 8th, 7:30 in the morning, and I just applied my hard candy Glosstopia lip repair oil in Crystal Clarity, and this just does not want to finish. There's still a few drops in there, but I really want to use this up. So yeah, I thought I would talk about how I feel about the eclipse coming, and I have on my alien earrings. I thought that would be appropriate for the day of the solar eclipse, and I have on my MTV t-shirt because it's supposed to be a high of 67 degrees today, which is wonderful because we have been having so much cold weather lately, but I think there's finally been a shift in the weather. And I also thought this would be an appropriate shirt because see what it says at the bottom? It says explore the universe. So yeah, I thought that would be appropriate. Okay, so I'm going to start doing my makeup while we discuss what is going to take place today and how I feel about it. Let's start with e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I don't think this is going to last that long because it seems to go down quite fast. There doesn't seem to be a lot of product in here. And the amount that's in here is not on the container. It must have been on the packaging that was on top of that. So I'm just going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush. But yeah, solar eclipse today. Now, I didn't buy any viewing glasses or make any homemade devices or anything like that, so I'm not going to actually be viewing the eclipse. And I really was not interested in seeing it because even though it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, I am not happy about this. And what I mean is it makes me very uncomfortable, this whole thing happening, because I feel like this could be an opportunity for people who wish harm on this country. What I mean by that is it's not going to be a typical day, and a lot of people took today off from work. A lot of people are traveling, and so what better day to do something than a day like today that where everything is, off. So I'm just concerned about who may do something bad. Like, I think I don't want to come right out and say it because YouTube is so strict about like what you can talk about and say, and there are certain keywords that they will look for in your videos, and so I don't want to come right out and say it, but I think you know what I'm implying here. Another thing I'm concerned about is power outage. And what does that have to do with the eclipse, right? It shouldn't have anything to do with it, but I did read some things online that said that the solar eclipse could be a factor in disrupting the power for, was it cell phones or I don't know. And I don't like the idea of not being able to use my cell phone in case there's an emergency because I've had some weird things going on with my health lately, and so I want my husband to be able to call 911 if he has to. I feel fine right at this moment. I actually feel great. I got a good night's sleep last night. My sleep patterns have been super erratic lately. I've had many nights where I wake up in the middle of the night and I cannot go back to sleep, and then I'm awake for like 2-3 hours before I can go back to sleep. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but I think I've got a lot on my mind. Okay, next is going to be my Lottie London Bright Bounce Corrector in the shade Light. I don't like this as much as my NYX corrector. I feel like, you know, it's good, but not as good as the NYX one. So I'm just going to put that under my eyes. I'm also going to take a little bit onto the entire eye area just to try to get that area to be the right color. So yeah, this is a color corrector. It isn't a concealer. But yeah, anyway, I did get a really good, I slept for like 9.5 hours last night. I did wake up a few times, but I just went right back to sleep. And that's the key to it, is if I like get up and go to the bathroom or something and start thinking about things, that's when I have trouble getting back to sleep. So every time I woke up last night, I was like, don't get up, just go back to sleep. And it worked, and I did not have any sleep disruptions. But yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this whole solar eclipse thing. And the fact that CERN is firing up the Hadron Collider on the day of the eclipse, is there a connection? Like, why did they choose this day, you know? I don't know about those people over there. They're supposed to be scientists, but yet there's a lot of things that go on over there that aren't very scientific, or they're combining science with other things that, I don't know. Let's just say I don't trust them. I'm just adding a little bit to these areas of my face that are prone to irritation and discoloration. All right, that's good. Let's move on to foundation. I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation in the shade 00BB Nude. I was mixing the two colors I had together, but I think this is the better choice. It's not like so peachy, it's more of a neutral color. So I usually do one pump on one side of my face and one pump on the other, and that seems to be about right. This is very, very heavy duty, full coverage foundation. So if you like that, I do recommend this foundation. The trouble with this is getting the right shade match. I struggled for years trying to find the right shade in this, and they did release more shades, and after they did that is only when I was able to get a match. Because before that, I just couldn't get anything that looked halfway decent. So I was thrilled a few years ago when they released more shades, because now this is an option. So if you were thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I tried that foundation a long time ago, I couldn't get a shade match, take a look again. Take a look at what they have, because they have a lot more now than what they used to have. I mean, they had a decent amount before, but they just were missing certain shades to be the right depth of color and the right tones of color. Initially, everything was super warm and They just didn't have enough options, so they do now. So I am very uncomfortable with what may happen today. We still have a ways to go. It's only 7:30 in the morning. It's 7:45 now when I'm filming this. And the eclipse is not happening until like 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. So after I do this video, we're going to be very busy doing a lot of things, and I just want to keep my mind occupied and not worry about what may or may not happen. I actually made my husband take the day off from work because I was so afraid of being by myself. If something bad did happen, I don't want him in another city and not able to get home from work if something bad happens. So, yeah, I did ask him to take the day off, but he always has plenty of vacation time built up just in case he wants to take a day off. So he is here with me right now. Thank goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be alone today. All right. So see, that's a pretty good shade match, I think. Now I'm just going to use a little e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. So I know the eclipse has already happened by the time you see this video because today's video is already posted and I'll be putting this one up at midnight. But put in the comment section, were you nervous about this eclipse or no? Were you excited? Did you watch it? And if something did happen where you are, what happened? I'm hoping that nothing is going to happen. But the thing is, people, we never know from one day to the next. Your life can change in the blink of an eye, and that's what having that stroke last year taught me. That, you have to always be present and live in the here and now and try to enjoy your life as much as possible without harming yourself in the process. And what I mean by that is I try so hard to eat healthy, but I love food. I always have. And for all my life, my weight fluctuated drastically. I would gain weight, then I would get my shit together and I would lose weight, and then I would gain it back again. So I'm trying not to do that this time, but it's so hard because I love food. And yes, healthy food can be delicious, but all right, I got to think about what I'm doing now. All right, next is, I don't want to skip over any steps because I do tend to do that sometimes if I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. Next, I'm going to set my face with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in Light Pink. This is such a beautiful powder. And I'm also going to switch out the brush that I'm going to use because I do really like these Sassy and Chic brushes I got from Dollar Tree for powder. So as far as what I was just saying, I love food and I try to eat healthy, but have you ever noticed that the food that is the least healthy for you is the stuff that has the most flavor, that tastes the most delicious? It really stinks, but that's how it is. And KFC just came out with saucy chicken nuggets. And even though I don't eat crappy fast food like that, yesterday we did go to KFC and we got 3 different flavors of the saucy chicken nuggets. And I know I shouldn't be eating food like that, but every once in a while you just have to say, I'm going to do it anyway, despite the fact that I know it's not good for me. We also got some of those apple poppers, and I have to say, everything was delicious. And yeah, so we got 3 flavors of the chicken nuggets, and my favorites were the Korean barbecue and the sticky chicky. Those were my 2 favorites out of the 3 that we got. We also got the let's see, it was something gold. What were those gold ones called, hon? You don't remember either?
No.
It was something gold, and those I didn't like as much.
Georgia Gold.
Georgia Gold. Those I didn't like as much as the Korean barbecue and the sticky chicky. So we didn't try the Nashville hot ones, and we didn't try the sriracha, honey sriracha, but they were absolutely delicious, and the apple poppers were just as good. They were like just the right amount of sweetness and, you know, really flaky on the outside, and then the filling was on the inside, and oh my God. So now I have to be good and go back to eating healthy and go back to eating all the things that I've usually eat to be healthy. I have a doctor's appointment in May, so I better be careful how many times I eat crap. And really, I mean, that's what that food is. It's absolutely delicious, and it's like a world of taste and sensation and textures, and really wasn't that expensive for what we got, because we got 3 5-piece nuggets, you know, of the 3 different flavors, and then we got a 4-piece apple popper, and it was $13, which I don't think that's bad for that much food. But we just wolfed it right down, and it was absolutely delicious. But I have to be good now, because I don't want to ruin my health, and I don't want to gain weight. And I got on the scale this morning thinking for sure I was going to have gained weight, because I don't normally eat stuff like that has a lot of fat and salt and sugar and everything, and I did not gain any weight, which is amazing. All right, now I'm going to use my NYX Buttermilk bronzer in Buttercup, and I do really like this bronzer. I like my e.l.f. Putty bronzer too, which is completely different than this, but I do really like this. So my point is, every once in a while, you have to do things that make you happy, but you don't want to ruin your health in the process. But the things that I enjoy the most food-wise are the things that I should not be eating. But I don't feel like you should be eating unhealthy things every single day. I think it should be a treat that you only do once in a while. Like, for example, if it's my birthday, on my birthday, I eat ice cream. I love ice cream. Ice cream is one of my favorite things. Real ice cream with fat and sugar and, you know, bad stuff. But I don't eat ice cream the rest of the year. So trying to keep a handle on bad eating is not easy. And sometimes, you know, you try to justify what you're eating, and you say, oh, you know, this is not that bad because it has this in it and it has that in it. But what about the other ingredients? You know, you have to look at the whole picture, because even if it has good stuff in it, if it has bad stuff in it too, then how healthy is it really? So you got to look at, every time I buy something, it seems like when I'm at the supermarket, you know, I pick it up and I look at the ingredient list, and there's always like one thing on there that makes it not a healthy choice. The food industry does not want us to be healthy. All they care about is making profits. All right, next, blush. Did I take a blush out? Yes, I did. This is one of the things that's in my bag of stuff that I wanted to use up. This is the Lottie London Sweet Blush Liquid Blush in Soft Rose. And this is one of those things that the product, wants to come up out of the top, even if you're not squeezing it or holding it the other direction. So I think that fingers are actually the best way to apply this. I've tried brushes, I've tried makeup sponges, but in the end, you're going to get the best placement and blend from your fingers. Okay, and for highlighter, this new Wet n Wild highlighter I got from the new Date or Dominate collection is so pretty. So I'm going to wipe off some of the extra though, because this is intense. And I'm also going to use my fingers for this for the same reason that I used my fingers to apply the blush. So what do you think about what I just said about the food? Do you guys have a hard time trying to eat healthy in a world full of unhealthy food? Because it is not easy. It is not easy at all. Okay, this is my Profusion Brow Kit, and this is a Moda brow brush. And I got this with the holiday collection last year. So I like to start off with the wax and just run that through my brows. So hopefully nothing bad will happen today, but if it does, this video will still be posted, because what I have been doing is filming my videos, putting it on YouTube, and scheduling it to go up midnight on the night of the day that I film it, so that even if something does happen, the video still will go up. Okay, we're going to go into this shade right here now and fill in my brows, because you never know what's going to happen in life, so it's good to have a video ready to go. What I used to do is I used to film the video and then post it right away. But that doesn't leave any error for margin, and it doesn't leave any room for life events. Because sometimes I'll do my video and then it's like a light bulb going off in my head. I realize that there's something I want to add, or something I forgot to say. So I'll go back in and I'll add a clip to the video, re-edit it, delete the one that I uploaded to YouTube, and then upload the new version. And put that one up instead. Okay, what did I miss now? Let's see. All right, that's good. Now for eyes today. In my last video, I used a Milani Gilded eyeshadow stick. These are gorgeous, you guys. These are so gorgeous. But before I do that, I am going to put a little bit of my Colourpop shadow stick in. Bear with me. Sometimes I like to use these kind of like a primer, but not really. I like to just put it in the crease area like that and the outer lid, and then just blend it out with my finger. It depends on what I'm doing for eyeshadow, because this isn't going to go with everything, but you'd be amazed at how many things it does go with. And they have other options if you want to do a matte shadow first like this. So if you have different skin color or tone than I do, Colourpop does have other options. I guess what I'm trying to say is there are deeper, darker choices. And I think they have some in other tones as well. I don't know if there's a lighter one though. I think this might be the lightest one. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But if I want something warmer or darker, that's when I use the LA Colors contour sticks. I will select one of those because see the difference here? This is cooler and lighter, and then you have one that's warmer and light, and then warmer and deeper. So depending on what I'm doing for eyeshadows, I will, choose those options instead. Just trying to balance this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so back to me talking about the Milani Gilded eyeshadow stick. These are so gorgeous, you guys. And I have them in my bag of things that I want to use up. So today I'm using the shade Blossom. And this is kind of a hard color to describe. It's like a beige, pinky beige color. I think a lot of people would really like this color. So I'm gonna try something different than what I did yesterday. Yesterday I loaded up a brush. Today I'm just gonna use my finger because I think this will get the product on my lid faster, and it should, in theory, blend even better than with a brush. See, so it's kind of a pinky beige color, I would say. Now, I usually do one eye at a time, but I think I'm going to do the first few eye steps here both together. That way I can kind of balance them out and see how it's going. So that is a very subtle color. So I'm going to need, definitely going to need to pull in something else because this just, doesn't even look in a way like I'm wearing makeup. So I thought I would try another one of the shades in the Make Me Up eyeshadow palette that I showed you before, the one that looks like a record player that I got from Dollar Tree. There is a color in here that should correspond with all of this nicely. So these are the color options. I'm kind of torn between this matte one. This one has a little bit of shimmer, but I have a feeling that it wouldn't look bad if I used it in the outside part of my eye and in the crease. Might even be really pretty. Yeah, that's the matte one actually, and that's the shimmer one. The matte one is deeper though, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a small brush and I'm gonna go into the shimmer one. And I'm gonna put that on the outside part of my lid over here and see how that looks. That looks good, see? Doesn't look crazy or anything. And then let's do it on the other side. And then maybe what we can do is go into the matte shade and put that in the outer part of the crease. And just take it over a little bit, but we're still letting the Colourpop color peek out above. All right, now it's starting to look like I have makeup on. Because sometimes with these more natural type colors, I had a look on one day, and I forget who it was. I think it was actually somebody at a store. We were talking about makeup or something, and they were like, do you have makeup on? I was like, are you kidding me? I have a lot of makeup on. But when you do these natural looks, it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup sometimes, especially if you do a natural eye and a natural lip. Okay. Yeah, it's subtle, but I like it. It's pretty. It's a look that would go with anything that you chose for your clothes that day. Not going to clash with anything. Wearable look. Okay. Now I want to go back into that shimmery one and put a little more on the outside part of this eye because I always want things to try to be as balanced as possible. Okay, next I'm going to need my detail brush, and let's take the matte shade that I used just now and drag some of that along the lower lash line. So these shadows in this palette are nice. So if you come across this display at Dollar Tree with the Make Me Up palettes on it, this is definitely worth $1.25. I would say it's probably worth more than that. The only thing is, you know, the spaces are kind of small, but you can get a small eyeshadow brush in there, no problem. And there are many color options. I mean, you can go bold or you can go neutral. You can do whatever you want there. All right, is it even? Now it is. Okay, there is a highlight shade in this palette too, right there. So let's grab a clean brush and go into that highlight shade. And we're just going to dust that right along the brow bone. I think I might have forgotten to do that in yesterday's video. I'm not sure. Sometimes I do forget to finish off the eye look with a highlight shade. Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty versatile. Okay. So, what do we have next? We have mascara. So, I have been on the hunt for something at Dollar General, not Dollar Tree, not Family Dollar, but Dollar General. And I have been to so many stores trying to get it. And no luck. That is so frustrating when, you know, you see a video and somebody's talking about something and then you go and try to find it yourself and you can't. And, you know, I'm sure that happens with the things that I talk about too, but there just isn't any way with those types of stores to find anything. And, you know, I talked to one of the employees at Dollar General and she didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I said, oh, there's a new makeup brand that's supposed to be sold at Dollar General. It's such and such. And she just looked at me with this blank look and she goes, oh, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. So then I proceeded to go to some other stores and didn't find it there either. But I'm sure I will find it eventually. It's just going to take some time. And when I do, then I will come on and I will do a video. I'll show you what I bought and I will give you all the information that I have on what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to use my LA Colors mascara, the Volumizing and Lengthening in the pink tube, because this is, believe it or not, the oldest mascara I have, even though it's not really that old. I had a whole bunch of mascaras that I bought a long time ago that I had to throw out. And after I did that, all that was left was my new mascaras. But yeah, this new brand that I'm talking about, everything is supposed to be under $6. Oh, look what I just did. Thank God for Q-tips. Okay, yeah, everything is under $6 and there's all different kinds of products, and what it is it's a sister brand to an existing brand. And whose brand is it? Profusion. Profusion has started a second brand. And I've been going crazy trying to find it. And I will. Because I'm like a dog with a bone. I don't give up, you know. When I'm on the hunt for something, I always keep looking. But, you know, sometimes if it's something that's limited edition, then sometimes you just never find what you're looking for. But this is not limited edition. This is something that's supposed to be permanent. So I'm going to hit up a couple more Dollar Generals today. And maybe I'll find it. And if I do, then my next video will be about what I'm talking about. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Okay, next is going to be lips. I'm going to use my Moira Lip Appeal Waterproof Liner in Dolly. Behind me, see that thing on the bulletin board? That is a coupon from Moira. Every time you place an order with them, they send you a coupon to give you a certain percentage off your next order. And I've been hanging on to that for a while, so I got to check the expiration date on that because I do really like this brand. But of course, that involves placing an order and having it delivered and everything. So just going to line my lips. Been trying to cut down with how many things I'm ordering through the mail because then you get your credit card bill and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered that. So I would actually rather buy things in person if I can, but sometimes you can't. I know in some parts of the country they have Moira in stores, but not where I live. Moira is sold in stores in Texas, I guess, but I'm about as far away from Texas as you can get. I am going to use the Beauty Intuition lip gloss in the shade Rosy Nude. I actually used this one day when I wasn't filming just to try it out, and this is such a great color, you guys. If you see these Beauty Intuition lip glosses at Dollar Tree, these are awesome. They're more like a liquid lipstick than they are a lip gloss because they are very pigmented. And if you see one in a color you like, try it. It's so good. And this color is great. See what I mean about the pigmentation? Yeah, this is not sheer like a lip gloss at all. That is a great color. Very pigmented, and I think it goes with this eye look perfectly. All right, all that leaves is Milani Make It Last setting spray. So I hope everybody has a fun but safe solar eclipse. A lot of people traveling around today, and they're concerned about, you know, car crashes and things like that because of so many people being on the road. And hopefully that will be a minimal thing. But I thank you for watching and subscribing. And if you liked this video where we just talk about everything going on in the world, then give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.